This is Module 2, Lesson 14, and I'm doing 1D on the problem set, which you have for homework. It asks us to convert the meters to kilometers or kilometers. So we always start with what we know, and we're going to break it down to make it easier to find out the things, or the next conversion. So we have 1,578 meters, and we're just going to break it into meters here. So we know that's 1,578, and we think 1,578 times what would give us 1,578 meters? Well, times 1 meter. Awesome. So we drop down that number, and they were nice and did part of this for us. So we always have to keep what's in the parentheses equal, because we're not changing our equation, we're just breaking it down. So we think 1 meter is how many kilometers? So we are going from a small unit to a big unit. So we're going to have a lot of these little tiny ones. So we're not going to have more of the big ones. We're going to be breaking them into big ones. So there's going to be less of these big ones. So I'm going to draw my kilometer and think, well, how many of these meters fit in there? And I'm going to draw it. I know that 1,000 meters fits in there, and I'm not going to write that all out, but this is out of 1,000. And if I have 1 meter, so I'll cover it in one of them, I need to say how much that is in kilometers. Well, that's 1 out of 1,000. So I can write that 1 over 1,000, or as they wrote it here, as a decimal, 1,000th of a kilometer. Those both work. Now we just have to solve 1,578 times 1,000th. So we can either multiply with the fraction, which we'd multiply the numerator, so it'd be 1,578 over 1,000, which means we just divide by 1,000. Or we can multiply by this decimal, which I'm going to do 1,578. And if I'm multiplying it by 1,000th, so I'm going to bring in the decimal 1, 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So I know it's going to be 1.578 kilometers is the same as 1,578 meters.